Mary and Elsa are best friends. Mary wants to tell Elsa a super important secret, but she's afraid that other people might find it out. So how should she tell her? The answer is simple. Cryptography. Here is a simple way to make your message extra secured. This is by using the Swiper No Cipher method.
First, how do you encrypt a message using Swiper No Cipher? Step 1. Allocate any word for the word that you want to encrypt. The word you chose will become a part of the code or the ciphertext. For example, your message is blue, and the word you want to allocate with blue is green. Step 2. In order to encrypt the message blue, each letter of the word shall be counted backwards in the alphabet, starting as 1 from the same letter. The counting shall end to the letter of the allocated text in the same order corresponding to the letter of the former, except when the allocated word is shorter than the plain text. For example, your plain text is blue, and the allocated word to that is green. You will identify the first letter of the plain text, which is letter B, and the first letter of the allocated word, which is G. Now, you will count backwards starting from letter B until letter G. The resulting number to that is number 22, and it is the first number of our alphanumeric ciphertext. Repeat this process with the remaining letters. The results are 22, 21, 17, 1, and 0. To deliver the message blue using the Swiper No Cipher encryption, I will say green 22, 21, 17, 1, 0. Please note that we use 0 to the last letter in the allocated word, which does not correspond to any letters in the plain text, or as a space. As to emphasize, we only use it if the allocated word for the plain text shall be longer than the latter. This applies to every encryption, whereas plain text in sentence or phrase. However, it is possible that the allocated word is shorter than that of the plain text. In this case, just go back to the first letter of the allocated word and use this as the corresponding letter, where which the counting shall end. For instance, the allocated word is hot, while the plain text is cold. As you can see, hot obviously has 3 letters only, and cold has 4 letters. To deliver the message using the Swiper No Cipher encryption, I will say hot 22, 1, 9, 23. In this case, we used H, being the first letter of the allocated word, as the ending of the counting for the last letter of the plain text, which is D, as instructed in this step. Always note that this is a word-for-word encryption.
Now that we know how to encrypt the message, we must also learn how to decrypt them. Since we counted backwards earlier, now we will have to count forward starting from the first letter of the allocated word and count using the first number in the ciphertext. Let us use the ciphertext we got earlier. The ciphertext is green 22, 21, 17, 1, 0. And the allocated word is green. Now, we will identify the first letter in the allocated word, which is letter G, and the first number in the ciphertext, which is 22. We will then count forward starting from letter G as number 1, H as number 2, and so on until we reach number 22. The letter where the last number lands, in this case letter B, will be the first letter of your message. Just repeat this process until you are done with all the numbers. And now you will be able to identify the hidden message. This is just one example of the many different cipher methods that you can use. If you want to keep the information a secret, then secret codes are the way to go.
So going back to the secret, Mary told Elsa, as Dream, Legends 909:18, 7, 5, 0, 16, 10, 15, 4, 2, 11, 7. Elsa deciphered such, and her secret message is, I like Anthony.